President's meetings with officials. President Sisi's meeting with Ministerial Economic Group reviewed the current economic situation. At the security level, Sisi chaired the Supreme Council of the Armed Forces meeting. During his meeting with Electricity Minister, Sisi ordered pursuing projects to develop electricity network. He also directed implementing the development plan of public business companies during his meeting with Public Business Sector Minister. During his meeting with Prime Minister and a number of ministers, Sisi reviewed government's efforts in developing the healthcare system. Sisi followed up the Communication Ministry's strategic plan during his meeting with Communication Minister. Field tours. President Sisi witnessed the inauguration of First Arab Forum for Schools of People with Special Needs and Integration. During the forum, he honored the winners in a youth research competition. Sisi witnessed the 29th Cultural Symposium of Armed Forces and honored a number of October War heroes and one of Sinai counter-terrorism heroes, stressing in his speech that 1967 war never sapped the determination of Egyptians who worked hard to rebuild their armed forces. Sisi also inspected an air base and the Future of Egypt project. Sisi attended a ceremony on the 45th anniversary of the 6th of October War victory. He also witnessed the Sky Protector rocket firing drills. Foreign officials. On the other hand, President Sisi received Director General of the International Renewable Energy Agency and discussed a number of energy issues. During his meeting with the CEO of Italian company Pedrini for marble and granite, Sisi agreed to establish a marble city at Jabal el-Jalala. Sisi also received Tatarstan President for boosting joint cooperation and supporting bilateral relations. He also received heads of delegations of participating states in Cairo Water Week events. During his meeting with Lebanese Foreign Minister, Sisi voiced out Egypt's full support to the brotherly Lebanese people. Sisi reviewed with Bulgarian Prime Minister the opportunities for enhancing investments between the two countries. He also received representatives of American Business Council and American Chamber of Commerce in Cairo. Sisi praised the cooperation between Egypt and China during his meeting with Chinese Vice President. President's foreign visits. President Sisi arrived to Crete to take part in the 6th round of the Tripartite Summit, grouping Greece, Cyprus, and Egypt. Sisi held talks with the Greek Prime Minister on a number of regional and international issues, where his meeting with his Cypriot counterpart discussed the ways to strengthen the historical relations between the two countries. During the summit, Sisi praised the periodicity of the tripartite cooperation mechanism meetings, reflecting the depth of the relations among the three countries. Following the tripartite summit, the three leaders witnessed the signing of memorandums of understanding and agreements. In his speech during the joint press conference, Sisi stressed that the tripartite summit represents an impregnable fortress in the face of rising challenges. Sisi headed for Moscow to discuss ways to strengthen bilateral relations with the Russian president, where he received the chairman of the Eurasian Economic Commission and praised the level of cooperation between Egypt and the Eurasian Union in the light of the first round of negotiations between the two sides. Sisi also received the chairperson of the Russian Federal Council. In his speech at the Russian Federal Council, Sisi said that relations between Egypt and Russia are so strong, and held extended talks session with the Russian Prime Minister. The Egyptian-Russian summit between Sisi and Putin discussed expanding joint cooperation in various fields. The talks also dealt with the return of Russian tourism and the developments of joint projects. The two leaders signed a comprehensive partnership and strategic cooperation agreement between the two countries. Sisi delivered a speech at a joint press conference with President Putin. On the other hand, Sisi headed for Sudan to discuss several mutual cooperation files, where the two presidents held a bilateral session of talks followed by the joint Higher Egyptian-Sudanese Committee meeting. The two presidents also witnessed the signing of cooperation agreements between Egypt and Sudan in various fields. In a joint press conference, Sisi stressed the depth of bilateral relations and worked to increase bilateral cooperation. The two presidents inaugurated the Egyptian Medical Supplies Exhibition in Khartoum. On the other side, Sisi arrived in Berlin to participate in the mini-summit of African leaders. He received a delegation from the German Bundestag, the parliament, and reviewed a number of cooperation files between the two countries. During his meeting with the chairman of the Munich Security Conference, he stressed the importance of raising awareness among the peoples of the region to recognize what they really are. Sisi also received a number of CEOs of companies which are members of the Federation of German Security and Defense Industries. The German president received President Sisi at the Federal Palace. Sisi also participated in the inauguration session of the Africa Investment Forum and thanked the German companies operating in Egypt during his participation in the forum. He also witnessed the signing of a memorandum of understanding with the Siemens company to cooperate with the Egyptian government in the field of industry and vocational training. Sisi held talks with the German Chancellor, Angela Merkel, on a number of issues of mutual interest. In a joint press conference with Merkel, Sisi stressed the strength of the special friendly relations between the two countries. Sisi also met with the federal ministers of Interior, Foreign Affairs, and Transport and Digital Infrastructure.